Yeah, and I'll just admit people in if I see them. Okay. If you have your belt with you, if that's something that you use, then just have it close by. And we'll begin in a comfortable seated posture today, in a cross-legged, any cross-legged seated posture of your choice. Yeah, Debbie, why don't you sit on your bolster since you have one? And please place your hands at the roots of your thighs and gently, actually first suggest for your hips to relax and then gently push down with your hands. Flex your feet slightly and try to bring your knees towards the floor, a little closer to the floor. As you do that, become aware of your sit bones and how they drop into your props of the floor. Lift your sternum up. Take your shoulders back and release your hands next to your hips on your props or the floor. And use your hands to help you widen the chest from the sternum to the shoulder blades by taking your elbows towards each other, as well as to help you keep the spine extended. And using your awareness, try to balance the action between left and right ankle, left and right knee, left and right sit bone, left and right shoulder, elbows, and wrists. And also between the front body and the back body. So the length, extension in the front of the spine as well as the back of the spine. And keeping everything as is, bring your hands to your thighs with your palms facing up. Chin slightly down. And suggest for your throat, the skin on your face and your eyes to relax, softening them and bringing your nervous system to a more neutral place. Then interlock your fingers in front with your elbows bent. Take your shoulders back and drop your shoulder blades down your back. And then straighten your arms, palms facing out, and take your hands above your head. Energize, straighten your arms and lengthen your spine with that action. As much as you can, drop your sit bones, lengthen the spine with the arms. Spin your triceps in to widen the collarbones and move the collarbones away from your shoulders, away from your ears. Release the interlock. Keep the interlock. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist to your right, twist your torso to the right. And then release the interlock. Straighten your arms up. Keep them up. Point your fingers up. Exhale, release the right hand behind you on your props or the floor. Inhale, lengthen with the left arm, lift your left sternum up, Exhale, release your left hand to your right knee. Inhale, push down with your right fingers to bring your torso perpendicular and make the left sit bone heavy on the floor. And then inhale, lift the left sternum up. Exhale, bend your elbows and take the right shoulder back to twist. Just one exhalation, how much ever you twist, and just stay there. Don't try to go further. It's just a soft action. It's the beginning of the class. And then look to your right, please. Relax the left sit bone. Lift the left sternum. Relax the muscles around your spine. Relax the neck. And release the twist, please. Try to interlock your fingers in front the other way. So if you don't know which way that was, then do it spontaneously and then switch. And then straighten your arms. Take your hands above your head. Inhale there, lengthen. Stay there for a few breaths to just find that length in the spine. And dropping the sit bones. Keep your awareness between the two, how the sit bones are dropping and how your spine is lengthening. And on the inhalation, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, point your fingers up. Release the interlock, point your fingers up. Exhale, release the left hand behind you. Inhale, push with your left fingers and make the right sit bone heavy. Exhale there as the right sit bone releases. Inhale, lift the right sternum up. Exhale, release the right hand to the left knee and take the left shoulder back. Twist there. And again, spread your awareness across the right sit bone, relaxing down and not moving forward. And the right sternum lifting and twisting the spine. Spread your awareness across those three actions and areas. And release, please. Release your legs and make your way to standing. And have your belt with you. Just have it, just sling it across one shoulder. If you have a belt, you may need it. And standing in Sadasana, you can turn and step to the top of your mat and stand there. And either keeping your feet in the classical position with the inner necks of the big toes touching and heels slightly apart in mountain pose, or if it articulates better with your hips to keep them apart, you can also do that. Apply the actions of mountain pose in your feet. Activate your thighs, lengthen your sternum, and doing an outer rotation of your upper arms. Straighten your arms, palms facing forward. Drop your shoulder blades. Try to keep just the big toes and the little toes on the floor and lift the other 3 toes up. As you do that, activate your thighs and spin your inner groins back. Keep the action in your legs and drop your tailbone forward slightly so it comes to neutral position. And then finally, lift the lowest back rib in the back body to lengthen the back wall of your abdomen. Now hold your body with your actions. And then fine tune it between left and right. Action around the left and right ankle and the position of the ankle. Knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. One side is always different from the other. So try to identify and work with sensitivity. Okay, and relax your actions there. Take your hands out to the side in line with your shoulders, palms facing up. Drop your shoulder blades down your back, and then inhale, take your hands above your head. You can look forward, just look straight eye level. And then work from the floor again. Apply the actions from your feet, thighs. Lengthen the sternum. Use your hands to help you lengthen the spine. Straighten your elbows. Spin your triceps in to widen the collarbone, and then lift the thumb side of your wrist as well to lengthen the back wall of your abdomen. And of course, without me saying it, you can always continue to refine between left and right. Take your hands in front, interlock your fingers in front like you did earlier. Take your shoulders back, drop your shoulder blades down your back, palms facing out, please. And straighten your arms, take your hands above your head. First, just go into the posture and then work from the floor up. Bring your hands in front. Look to see which index finger is on top, and then switch the interlock. Bring the other index finger on top and take your hands above your head again. And release your hands. Take your hands out to the side again, in line with your shoulders, palms facing up. And exhale, either do a reverse namaste, namaste behind your back, or hold your elbows behind your back if that's not available. If you're holding your elbows, try to go as close as is available towards the elbow. If you have reverse namaste, index finger, thumb side of the palms and wrists coming closer to each other. And now relax your hands a bit. Bring your focus to your feet again and work your actions from the floor up. Feet, thighs, sternum. Lifting the sternum, and here as you bring your palms towards each other or you have a tighter clasp of your elbows, you can take your shoulders back more and widen from the sacrum to, from the sternum to the shoulders. Widen the front of the chest, creating more space in the lungs as well as the heart region. Now release just your right hand and then use your right hand to take your left hand a little higher up your back. Bring the elbow in, left elbow in, and take the left wrist up your back. So Laurie, don't hold your arm with your left hand. Just take it up your spine. Behind you, yes. You're going into Gomukhasana. Arms, and you may need the brick for this, the belt for this. So if you know you can't clasp, just place the belt in between your left hand fingers. And then take your right hand to the side in line with your shoulders. Let the belt be on your left shoulder. Yeah. Right hand in line with your right shoulder, palm facing up. Drop your shoulder blade down. And then take your right hand up, straight right hand up, and try to place the upper arm behind your head. Bring it close, bring the elbow behind your head, and then bend the elbow and try to clasp if that's available, or just hold your belt and walk your hands towards each other if you're holding your belt. And of course, the awareness and the focus will be in your hands, but distribute the awareness from the floor up and the actions from the floor up again. Feet, thighs. Use your head to push the right arm back to open the armpit chest area on the right side. And you'll notice that the left side of your sternum and rib cage is shortened a little bit. So press down on the left heel, lift the left sternum up, take the left shoulder back and drop the left shoulder blade down your back, and try to even out the rib cage around the spine. So you have to work the left side a little bit more to achieve that. And release the right hand, bring it behind your back. Use your left hand to help you bring the right elbow in, as well as take the right wrist up your back, right hand up your back. And then if you're using a belt, put the belt in between your right hand and let it rest on your right shoulder. Take your left hand in line with your left shoulder, straight left hand, palm facing up. Inhale, take your left hand up and try to place the back of the upper arm behind your head. So the elbow comes close as possible. And then from there, relax the left elbow and either clasp or walk your hands towards each other on the belt. Just relax there. Don't try to do too much right now with the hands. Instead, work from the floor up again. Feet, thighs. Use your head to push the left arm back, open the armpit chest area. And now drop the right heel, lift the right sternum, take the right shoulder back and down, and then walk your hands towards each other more. Lift the right sternum up. The left sternum anyway lifts because of the posture. Work the right sternum to lift it up. And release, please. Relax, relax and loosen your body. Relax your joints. Just coming out of Sadasana, mountain pose. And you can just put your belt aside, and we'll do a few classical sun salutations to warm up, move and warm up the body a little bit. Okay, so standing at the top of your mat. Aileen, could you step to the top of your mat, please? Yeah. Oh, if you turn, then go to the other side. Go to the top of the mat. Yes, like that. Then turn around, Aileen. Turn around. Turn around there. Yes. Turn around. And now you're at the top of the mat. Yes. Okay. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest, navel on the floor. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot in between your hands, left knee down, hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor, relax and sink your hips. Inhale, step your left leg forward, look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands in Samastitihi. So in order for the back of your legs, your hips and your spine to open, in the Sun Salutations, once your hands come down, keep your hands down and then lengthen the spine. Don't lift the hands up, because you really don't get the benefit of that action if you lift the hands up, yeah? Keep the hands down and then lengthen the spine to open the back of the legs as well as the hip joint and the spine, even if it's a little more challenging. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Release your hands to wherever they reach. Now keep your hands there, don't lift them up. And inhale, lengthen your spine. So Jackie, put your hands on your ankles. Go a little lower, lower. And now lengthen your spine without lifting your hands up. Yes. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Relax and open the front of the right thigh. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest, navel on the floor. Exhale, lift your hips, backing up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left knee down, hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Relax and open the front of the left thigh. Now, even when you come out, you see where your hands are? Your hands need to be there. Don't lift it off where it is. As you step your leg forward, keep your hands there and lengthen your spine. Yes, lengthen the spine without lifting the hands. That's it. Correct. Laurie, you lifted the hands. Keep the hands down. Yeah, and lengthen the spine from there. Yes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands, Samastitihi. Yeah, it's a little more work. It makes you work more, but that's the only way the legs will open and the hip joint will open. Otherwise, you could keep lifting your hands up, but it's not going to help you open the back of your legs. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front, extend your spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Inhale, hands above your head. Energize with the right hand a little bit more, sink your hips. Exhale, move to plank position. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Take your heels back slightly, hips in line with your shoulders and heels. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Lift the buttock bones up high to bring the curve in the low back here. This is a really good posture for the low back. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, keep your hands where they are. Step your right leg forward, left knee down. And then take your hands above your head. Energize a little more with the left hand. Exhale, hands to the floor. Sink your hips. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Try not to lift your hands up, even if it's more challenging. And then look at the wall in front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands, Samastitihi. The only time that it's beneficial to lift your hands up in that is if you're managing a spinal injury. Yeah, if you have a spinal injury, and then it's okay to take the hands up and lengthen the spine and open the muscles of the spine. But what happens is sometimes, we do something, we learn it somewhere, or we adjust if you have an injury, but then, then we do that all the time, and there's no benefit in that. It's one thing to manage an injury, but it's something else to do action that brings benefit in terms of opening the body. Okay, so you have to know when to apply what. Okay, and let's see, let's do Sun Salutation A, please. Let's do that. Slightly different. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and bring your body down. Inhale, lift your head and chest in upward dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. And staying in downward dog. Carrot, bend your knees slightly, please. Lift your sit bones up more. Look forward. Yeah, and then keep the spine as it is, and now just release the head without the sternum dropping. Yes, and even if your knees are bent, it's okay because you're managing your low back situation, right? Inhale, step your legs forward, look at the wall in front. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands, Samastitihi. Let's do one Sun Salutation B. I just want to go through the different Sun Salutations. Bring your legs together. And exhale, bend your knees, hips in line with your knees. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale and fold. Straighten your legs any amount. Inhale, look at the wall in front to extend your spine. Exhale, step or jump your legs back and bring your body down to Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale to upward dog or a modification. Exhale to downward dog. Pivot your left heel to the floor. Take your right leg forward and inhale to warrior one on the right side. Take your hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor, right leg back and bring your body down. Inhale, lift your head and chest in upward dog or a modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Pivot your right heel to the floor. Take your left leg forward. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor, left leg back, and bring your body down. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. And come down to child's pose, please. Rest in child's pose. You're going to be there for a little bit, so if it's hard for you to relax in child's pose, you can also just rest on your back, yeah? Just lying down on the floor. Gareth, whenever you're ready, if you want to share, this could be a good time.
So this week we read in the Torah that Abraham speaks these words directly to God. He says, "I who am but dust and ashes." I want to talk a little bit about that phrase and what's ascribed to it by the rabbis. So according to a folktale recorded in the literature of all three Abrahamic faiths, Abraham's father Terach was an idol manufacturer who once went away and left Abraham in charge of his store. While Terach was away, a man walked in and asked to buy an idol. And Abraham asked him how old he was, and the man responded, 50 years old. Abraham said, "You're 50 years old and would worship a day-old statue." Realizing even a young boy recognizes the foolishness of idolatry, the man left ashamed. Later, a woman walked into the store and wanted to make an offering to one of the idols, but Abraham took a stick and smashed all the idols but the largest one, and then placed the stick in the hand of the remaining idol. When Terach returned, he asked Abraham what happened to all of the idols. Abraham told him that a woman came in to make an offering to the idols. The idols argued about which one should eat the offering first, and then the largest idol took the stick and smashed the other idols to bits. Angrily, Terach scolded Abraham, saying, "They are only statues. They can't move. They have no knowledge and they have no power." Whereupon Abraham asked, "If all of that is true, then why do you worship them?" At this point, Terach took Abraham to Nimrod, the local ruler. Nimrod proclaimed to Abraham that if he thought idols had no power, he should worship fire. Abraham responded that water puts out fire. So Nimrod suggested that he worship water. Abraham responded that clouds hold water. Next, Nimrod declared he worship clouds. Abraham responded that wind pushes clouds. Then Nimrod declared they worship wind. Abraham responded that people withstand wind. Finally, Nimrod became angry with Abraham and declared that Abraham should be cast into the fire, saying that if there is a real God, that God would save him. Abraham was cast into the fire and saved by God. So our sages, when they encounter this phrase in the Torah, "I who am but dust and ashes," then go back and ascribe it to this folk tale. The part that I just read you about the idols, that doesn't come from the Torah, even though it may be a well-known tale to you. It's a folk tale. And what they say is that Abraham in the Torah is actually referring to this moment early in his life when, but for God's interference, he would have become dust and ash as he was thrown into the fire. The phrase itself, I am but dust and ashes, is a part of our tradition that, of course, it comes directly from the Torah, but it also is part of our weekly penitential prayers. And it's a phrase that we're asked to take on and apply to ourselves to inhabit humility. And it's very interesting that that phrase is attached to a folktale where Abraham, in the folktale, of course, was showing anything but humility. And perhaps later, it's only later that he realizes that inhabiting humility is a very, very important place to be. And I think if you're like me, this past week and the coming week, maybe you're experiencing a little more anxiety than usual with upcoming events in our country. And so I do actually think it's a good time to turn to this idea of humility and inhabiting humility, to recognize that while we are experiencing maybe anxiety for any reason, that we are part of something bigger than the I, that we're all connected to one another. I love looking at Jackie right now in the outdoors and being reminded that we're connected not only just to other human beings, to each other, certainly this group through our practice, to all of Israel, all the Jewish people, and to all humanity, and in fact to everything that breathes and lives on this earth. For me, that idea in a moment of anxiety can be very grounding, and if I allow myself to step outside of the I into a moment of greater understanding that as an individual I am very small, but I am part of this greater experience, can take a deep breath in, the sense of humility that connects us to the entire world of beings that we are connected to. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Thank you, Karit, for that sharing. Just stay there, try to internalize for a moment. And there's a lot of common points in connection between what Karit just shared and yoga. I'll bring it in a little later. We'll continue to practice now, and I'll bring it in as we continue our practice. So make your way to downward dog, please. Apply and refine your actions here. And on your next inhalation, please step your legs forward, look at the wall in front. Exhale, fold, relax and fold. Stay there, please. Stay in a passive expression of Uttanasana, forward fold, standing fold. And again, if you have a spinal injury or weakness that you're managing, keep your knees bent. Otherwise, keep your legs straight. And bring your hips in line with your knees. Take your hands above your head. Bend your knees, hips in line with your knees, hands above your head. Stay there, please. And inhale, come up, exhale, and release. Apply the actions of mountain pose in the front body, extending, lengthening the front body, relax the back body, your shoulder blades and your tailbone. On the exhale, inhale, lift the lowest back rib up to lengthen the back wall of the abdomen. And exhale, release all your actions. Let it go completely. Everywhere. Yes. And using one breath for one pair of joints, inhale your awareness to your ankles, exhale, suggest for them to relax. Continue with your knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists, please. One breath for one pair of joints to release them. And just relax there. So the phrase of dust and ashes, or dust to ashes, I think in yoga it can be related to how impermanent and how fleeting the whole material physical experience of life can be, including the physical body. First, the external world, it's how impermanent it is, how it changes all the time and it degenerates and all of that. It's just nature is like that. And the physical body as well, that's just how it is. It's impermanent, it degenerates, and then when the time comes, it goes back to ashes, right? And yet and before that, the other reality is that yet at the same time, the physical body also it houses the soul. So our soul finds expression through our physical body, right? In our being in this world, our individual souls and cosmic consciousness finds expression through the physical body. So we also need to take care of the physical body while we have it. While it's like wearing clothes, right? While we own those clothes and while we wear those clothes, we take care of it, and we make it last and make it look nice and and feel good and all of that. Similarly, yeah. So both things at the same time. So the mistake that we usually do is that we get so obsessed and attached with the physical body as if it's going to be the same forever. It's not, So learning how to be non-attached, to do what you need to do to maintain it and keep it in optimum condition, but also knowing the reality that this is not who I am. My body is not who I am. My body is the vehicle for the expression of my soul, which is who I am. So you take care of it, you clean the house, you take good care of it, but you don't obsess and cling on to it. There's a little bit of non-attachment that also needs to be practiced. That's one aspect. And this is an integral part of yoga. In the asana practice, in the physical practice of yoga, taking care of the body means showing up, applying correct action, doing, uh, getting the benefits of your practice, doing all of that, and having a non-attached attitude means being able to move away from the physical body into your breath, into your energy body, working with that, into connecting with that aspect of yourself that is more peaceful, still, and permanent, which is the individual soul. Okay. And the direction that it moves in, material world, gross, next layer, physical body, next layer, the layer of the breath, next layer, the layer of the emotions, going internal from external to internal, next layer, the layer of intuition, and then the layer of the soul. So that's how we work. We refine, perfect each layer, find peace in each layer, and then go towards the individual soul. Okay. Okay. Turn. That's a lot. It's like heavy stuff. takes it takes many lifetimes for that concept to come, and maybe not. Sometimes it can happen in a second too. But yeah, that's how it is. Okay. Turn to face the camera, please. Place your bricks at the back edge of your mat if you're going to do some standing postures. So we work from the outside in. That's the journey. And letting go. It's interesting because if you have to really refine like the next layer, you have to let go of the previous layer. If you'll notice a lot of people who are completely connected to the material world, they can't even come into their physical bodies they're not even able to come into their physical bodies and work with it. There's a lot of disconnection. People who are completely like obsessed with the physical body, they cannot go to the next layer. It's very hard for them to do it, to go to the next layer of the breath. Those who are connected, who are obsessed with the physical body and their whole existence is there or in the external world, it's very hard for them to be in their emotional body. So there's that letting go. You have to let go of the previous layer a little bit to go to the next layer. It's quite fascinating. Anyway, inhale, step or jump your legs apart, hands apart. Exhale, point the right foot out. Inhale, extend with your right hand, and exhale, go to triangle. Go to wherever is comfortable for you, and then apply the actions of triangle. Release your left hand to your hip. Take your left head and chest back. Bring your hips forward slightly. So there's a seesaw action there. And then straighten the left leg. And pushing down with your right hand, lengthen the right sternum away from the right hip. Right sit bone away from the right sternum. Take the left shoulder back. And maybe you take your left hand up and turn to gaze up. Now, those were actions in your physical body. Now, let your actions hold your body. Let go of your consciousness from the physical body. Bring your consciousness to your breath. Hold the posture, but move the mind away from the physical body and into your breath and try to regulate the breath more. Take deeper inhalations and exhalations. And inhale, come up, please. Exhale, change the direction of your feet. Inhale, extend with your left hand. Exhale, relax your left hip back and into the midline. Release the left hand to wherever is comfortable. Apply the actions of triangle like you did on the other side. Then hold your body with your actions. Relax the areas that are tight. As you relax, the mind will begin to move away from the physical body, away from action. And then continue to take the mind into the breath. Observe the breath and take deeper inhalations and exhalations. Inhale, come up, please. Exhale, step your legs together, release your hands. And this reminded me of something else, which is that you notice when you were in that posture, if you felt any discomfort or pain, how you weren't able to focus on the breath, right? You weren't able to go to the next level. Now, the definition of the practice of yoga, the physical practice of yoga, the asana practice, the classical definition is that to free and open the body of all pain and obstruction, so much so that when you go to the next level of the practice, which is focusing on the breath and the breathing practices, that the body does not disturb you. Okay? If you have pain, obstruction, tightness, the body disturbs you and it won't help you to go to the next layer. It's going to obstruct you. Same thing with the material world. If you're not at peace with your material world and you don't have enough to take care of yourself, and it's very difficult for you to then take care of your basic needs, that is, it's hard for you to go to the layer of the body, So you understand you have to be at peace with one layer from the external to go to the next layer. So try to think about that in the practice of the postures. How can you find peace so that you may make more room for a bigger breath? Okay, inhale, step or jump your legs apart, hands apart. Exhale, point the right foot out. Inhale, charge the left side of your body. Exhale, bend the right knee, take the right hand down, left hand up. Apply the actions in Kanasana. Head and chest go back like triangle. Hips move forward slightly. Right knee moves to the right. Straighten the left leg. Pushing down on the right hand, lengthen the right sternum forward, away from the right hip and vice versa. Take the left shoulder back, hand above your head. Hold the body with your actions. And relax the right hip. Relax the right knee. Relax your breath. And try to take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. Inhale, come up, please. Exhale, change the direction of your feet. Inhale, charge the right side of your body. So point the left foot out, Laurie. Charge the right side of your body. Exhale, bend your left knee. Relax the left hip, left hand down, right hand up. Kanasana. Apply the actions of the posture like you did on the other side. Debbie, bend your left knee a little bit more. Take your left hip down. Yeah. And then holding the body with your actions, try to relax the areas that are tight. Left hip, left knee, right shoulder blade, throat, neck. And take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. Inhale, come up, please. Exhale, bring your legs together, release your hands. Samastitihi. Okay. Step your legs apart, hands apart, please. Hands on your hips. Hands on your hips. Legs apart. Revolve to your right. Point your right foot out. Revolve to your right. Right shoulder back, left hip forward. Use your hands to help you with that. Yeah. And then take your hands out to the side, palms facing down. Bend the right knee and go into warrior one legs. Yeah. Relax the right knee and right hip. Now turn your palms up, straighten the left leg, lift your chest up, and move your chest and abdomen away from the right leg as the right knee bends more. Yes. Now take your left hand forward only to rotate the spine. Don't lean forward. Don't lean forward. Just the left hand forward. And then inhale, take both your hands above your head. Activate the back leg, straighten it. Debbie, straighten the left leg. Yeah, even if the right hip lifts up more. Yeah. And then look up. And notice if it's hard for you to go to the layer of the breath because of the struggle in the physical body. Try anyway. Inhale, come up please, hands on your hips. Exhale, revolve to the other side. Point your left foot out, left hip back, right shoulder forward. Take your hands out to the side, palms facing down, and bend the left knee. Bring the left hip down in line with the left knee. Debbie, take a wider stance, longer stance. Yeah. Now turn your palms up, lift your chest, and move your abdomen away from the left thigh. Straighten the right leg. Bring only the right hand forward to square the torso and hips. Inhale, take both your hands up. Relax the left knee, take your hips down. Straighten the right leg. Don't let the right knee bend. Debbie, straighten the right leg more. Yeah. And now look up. Can you access your breath? Can you soften and regulate your breath while holding the body up? Inhale, come up please. Exhale, release. Bring your legs together, release your hands. It's challenging. It's challenging to apply action, hold the body, and relax and move to the next level. That's why it's important to keep practicing. There will come a time when it becomes easy. Inhale, step your legs apart, hands apart. Exhale, point the right foot out. Inhale, charge the left side of the body. Hands in line with your shoulders, Laurie. Yeah, charge the left side of the body. We're going into warrior two. Exhale, bend the right knee. Go into warrior two, please. Debbie, no, turn to face the camera, please, Debbie. Yeah, that's warrior two. Reach from the left hand. Don't lean forward. Yeah. Straighten the left leg more. Straighten the left leg, activate the left thigh and spin the inner groin back. Right knee slightly to the right. Relax outer rotation of the right hip. Drop the right hip down. Outer rotation of the right thigh, sorry. Inhale, come up. Exhale, change the direction of your feet. Inhale, charge the right side of your body. Exhale, bend the left knee and take the left hip down. And then activate the right leg. Debbie, you're leaning forward too much. Yeah, don't, yeah. Try to reach the wall on the right side. Yes. Relax the left hip. Straighten the right leg. Spin the inner groin back. So there's a slight internal rotation of the right leg. External rotation of the left leg. And inhale, come up please. Exhale, bring your legs together. Release your hands. Samasthiti. Okay. Step your legs apart, please. Hands apart. Yeah, turn, point the right foot out. Inhale, extend with your right hand. Exhale, go into triangle. And put your hand on the tall side of your brick. If it reaches the brick, let the brick be on the tall side. Yeah. Wrap the left arm behind you. Then do an out external rotation of the right leg, right femur bone, and take the left shoulder back. Inhale, step up to half moon. So take the brick forward, bend the right knee, step the left leg in, and flexing the left foot, lift the left leg up in line with your hip. Release your hand to your hip to begin with. Debbie, take the brick forward about a foot in front. Yes, there. Flex your foot, point your toe straight forward, and then straighten the right leg, external rotation of the right thigh, straighten the right hand, take the left shoulder back, and take your left hand up finally. When you take the left hand up, relax the left ankle. And come down, please. And revolve, change the direction of your feet, please. Left leg forward, right leg back, Debbie. Yes, like that. Inhale, extend with your left hand. Exhale, go to triangle on the left side. Apply the actions of triangle, Trikonasana, and then wrap the right arm behind you. Use your right hand to do an external rotation of the left femur bone, left thigh bone. Take the right shoulder back and keep that orientation in your leg and spine as you go up to half moon. Bend the left knee, take the brick about a foot in front, step the right foot in, flex the right foot, lift it up. Lift your leg up in line with your hips. And then straighten the left leg. Use your hand to do an external rotation of the left femur bone. And then take the right shoulder back. And then maybe you take your hand up. And exhale, release. In yoga philosophy, in one of the sutras that Sage Patanjali wrote, he says that the reason that the soul has to go through all these different layers, including the external world, the material world, the physical body, the world of the physical body, the breath, the mind, the emotions, all of that is for the purpose of the evolution of the soul. To further expand on that, is for the purpose of the evolution of the soul from the negative to the positive, from discomfort to comfort, from conflict to peace, from conflict, from aversion to love, from attachment to non-attachment, from fear to courage. So from the negative to the positive. That's why we have all these external experiences, because the soul and the intelligence can figure it out how to be through all of that, but still be peaceful. When you come towards peace in any situation, there is an evolution that happens. So anyway, yeah, anyway, okay. let's see let's see if we can apply that even for a moment in the posture. Okay. um, what's next? You can place the bricks on the top edge of your mat, please. And have your bricks on the tall um, height, and stand in between your bricks facing forward with your feet hip distance apart. So come up to standing, please. Yeah, with your feet hip distance apart, step your left leg back in line with your left hip. Hands on your hips. Yeah. Just step your left leg back. Yes, in line with the left hip. Hands on your hips. Square your hips. Use your hands to square your hips. Right shoulder back, left hip forward. And then straighten both legs. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Look up. Exhale, use your right hand to take the right hip back and into the midline as you extend forward. Try to reach for the wall in front and release the left hand to the brick on the left. Relax there first. Make sure the brick is directly under your shoulder, left shoulder. Relax your hips there first, and then use your right hand, push that right hip back, and move your hips back and bring the weight more onto your left heel. Activate the left thigh, spin the inner groin back. Keep the right leg straight, right hip moving back to lengthen the hamstring, and then push on the left wrist, lengthen the left sternum forward, and release the right hand to the brick on the right. Look forward slightly, about 2 feet in front. Now use the action of your legs here. Activate the right thigh, activate the left thigh, and move the hips back towards the heel, left heel. Straighten so much that the hips move back. And now pushing on your wrist, lengthen the sternum forward while your hips move back. Outer rotation of the right thigh, inner rotation of the left leg. And maybe you stay there, or if you're folding, fold, please. If you're more open in the hips, then abdomen to the thigh, chest to the knee, chin to the shin. Or anywhere towards that. But in that order, abdomen comes closer first, chest comes closer next, then the chin, not the opposite. You could, but you won't get much benefit. Inhale, come up, please. Exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step your left leg forward. And inhale, step your right leg back in line with your right hip. Hands on your hips. Exhale, relax your knees, relax your hips, and square your hips. And then straighten both legs. Lift the left sternum up and lift your left hand up. No, is it left? No, right hand up. Sorry. Lift the right hand up. And as you bring the torso down, use the left hand to take the left hip back and into the midline. Keep both legs straight. Reach for the wall in front and bring the right hand to the brick on the right. Now relax there in this stage. Relax your hips and especially, and use your left hand to take the left sit bone back. external rotation of the left thigh, and bring your left sit bone in line with the left heel to straighten the left leg. And of course, if your hamstring is tight, you'll feel that. Now activate the right thigh. Take the left hip back and move your hips back to bring the weight more onto the right heel. And then release the left hand to the bricks. Press down with your wrists. Activate your legs and move your hips back. Make the right heel heavy on the floor. Right heel heavy on the floor. And lengthen the left sternum forward. Straight arms, straight spine, straight legs. Maybe if you're more open, fold, taking the elbows out to the side. Release the abdomen first, then the chest, and then the head, not the other way around. The spine has to keep lengthening for the hip joint to open to bring the abdomen to the thigh. And release your hands to your hips. Inhale, come up, please. Exhale, step your legs together. Face the same direction, facing the top of your mat. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax and fold. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back. Bring your body down to Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Stay there, please. And slide your knees in between your hands on the floor. We're going to go to Veerasana with your knees together and feet apart. And you can sit on a brick in between your feet, or if it's available, you can sit on the floor as well. Toes pointed back. Make sure that there's some space between your inner heels and your outer hips, and that your pinky toes are on the floor, knees touching. You can always sit on a higher level if it's difficult for you to do these actions in the lower legs. And place your hands on your heels with your fingers pointing forward. Lift your sternum up, take your shoulders back, drop your shoulder blades down your back, and bring your elbows towards each other. And like you do in mountain pose, relax your tailbone and lift the lowest back rib. Lengthen. To lengthen the back wall of the abdomen. Interlock your fingers in front. Straighten your arms and take your hands above your head. Sit bones down. Lengthen the spine. Take your elbows behind your head, behind your ears. And then also lengthen the lowest back rib in the back body. Release your hands in front. Look to see which index finger is on top. And change the interlock of your fingers. Straighten your arms. Take your hands above your head again. Lengthen the spine evenly from all sides. Descend the lower part of your body. Ascend the upper part. and release, please. Lift your hips up, release your legs from under you, and come to a seated posture with your legs straight forward in Dandasana. And going into Janu Sirsasana, if you have your belt, please have it close to you if you use them for forward folds, if you need them. And bending your right knee, place the right foot on the inner left thigh, right knee goes out to the side, high up the inner left thigh. Place your hands on either side of your extended leg and stay on your fingertips, bring the torso in line with your hips, so perpendicular to the floor. Yes, lift the sternum up here, flex the left foot, and pressing the right heel against the left inner thigh, drop the right knee down even more, drop the right sit bone. Left, take the navel to your left. Either interlock your fingers or hold your belt and take your hands above your head. Look at your left big toe and turn your navel to your left. Inhale, look up. Keep your hands and spine straight. Exhale, fold from the hip joint first. Don't release the hands first. Bring your torso down first. And then release your hands to wherever's comfortable for you. Go forward as much as you can. And then lengthen the sternum. And look up. Look up not just from your eyes, but from your sternum. Think of your eyes being on your sternum and look up from your sternum. Straight arms, straight spine, straight left leg. To fold forward, to fold down, inhale, keep looking at the big toe, lengthen the sternum forward, exhale, take the elbows to the side. Don't release your head. Don't look down, look at the big toe. Relax the hip joint and bring your abdomen closer to your thigh. Elbows go out. Keep looking at the big toe. Inhale, once again, look up from the sternum. Exhale, take the elbows out even more and bring your abdomen closer. Relax the hip joint. Awareness on the left hip. Inhale, once again, lengthen the sternum forward from there. Exhale, we'll suggest for the left hip to relax. Relax the abdomen towards the thigh. Keep looking at the big toe. This is how you move forward in a forward bend. And this is how you go down, yeah? And then eventually, once the hip joint opens, your chest will touch your knee. Then you can release the chin to the shin. But till then, you have to work. You have to work to open the hip joint. It doesn't come otherwise. Inhale, come up, please. And that's the part about evolution. The conflict. As you resolve the conflict in the posture and open wherever is tight, then that process creates some sort of evolution in that journey. There's a journey of staying up and bringing your entire front body, the torso, onto your legs. There's a journey there, and there's a learning that happens through that process. Whichever layer that you're working, even in the material world, it's the same thing. Okay, and let's go to the other side. Bend your left knee. Place the left foot high up the left inner thigh. Hands on either side of the extended leg. Come to your fingertips, flex the right foot, activate the right thigh, lift your sternum up, torso in line with your hips, and then turn this navel to the right. Interlock your fingers or hold your belt and straighten your arms, take your hands above your head. Exhale and revolve the navel to the right. Inhale, look up. Now keep your hands up. Don't release the hands down. Keep them in line with your head. Reach forward and relax the hip joint to bring your torso down towards the leg first. Go to wherever is naturally available and then release your hands to hold wherever is comfortable for you. And walk your hands forward as much as is naturally available without forcing, and then lengthen the sternum. Put your eyes at your sternum and look up from your sternum to lengthen the front body. This action is what opens the hip joint. And once the hip joint opens, then you can fold a little more comfortably. So apply the action. Inhale, lengthen the sternum forward. Exhale, relax the hips, take your elbows out and bring your abdomen closer to the right thigh. Don't look down, look at your big toe to keep the spine lengthening. Inhale, pull with your hands, lengthen the sternum forward. Exhale, suggest for the hip to relax and take the elbows out. Bring your abdomen closer to the thigh. Even if it moves a millimeter, one more time. Inhale, look forward, lengthen, and then elbows out on the exhale, abdomen closer, like that. Keep practicing and then it'll come down. The hip joint will open. There are no shortcuts to the path of evolution. You have to go through it correctly. Yeah, you can skip, but you'll also skip the evolution. And inhale, come up, please. Exhale, release. Lie down on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana with your feet and soles of your feet touching each other. Knees go out to the side. You can use your props if you need, if you like that. Or either way, it's up to you. And then comes the question of humility. There is so much that we don't know about even our physical bodies. The mechanics, the internal functioning, the science of it on a subtle level, on a gross level, on a subtle level. There's so much that we don't know about. Can you think about how much we don't know about the soul and the truly deeper aspects of ourselves? We really do not know much at all. I'd go so far to say that we don't really know anything. And then comes the question of humility. Humility is the greatest strength in the process of moving from dust to ashes, in the process of the journey of life, in the process of the evolution that comes about from the journey of life. Bring your knees together and relax in Shavasana, please.
Rabbi Simcha Bunim of Peshiska taught that everyone must have 2 pockets with a note in each pocket so that she can reach into one or the other depending upon the need. When feeling lowly and depressed, discouraged, or disconsolate, one should reach into the right pocket and there find the words, "For my sake the world was created." But when one is feeling high and mighty, one should reach into the left pocket and find the words, "I am but dust and ashes." It's a beautiful teaching. But I think there's something about the space in between that we also need to access, and that space that lies between this idea that we're dust and ashes and that the world was created for us, that liminal space. And perhaps that if we can reside in the space in between those 2 thoughts, we can do that evolution, as Amit is sharing with us. And in that evolution, we can contain multitudes, as Walt Whitman wrote. So I'm going to finish with a song of myself as you take a few more breaths in Shavasana. The past and present wilt, I have filled them, emptied them, and proceed to fill my next fold of the future. Listener up there, what have you to confide in me? Look in my face while I snuff the sidle of evening. Talk honestly, no one else hears you, and I stay only a minute longer. Do I contradict myself? Very well, then, I contradict myself. I am large, I contain multitudes. I concentrate toward them that are nigh, I wait on the door slab. Who has done his day's work? Who will be soonest through with his supper? Who wishes to walk with me? Will you speak before I am gone? Will you prove already too late? We do contain multitudes, and we can access them if we pull back those layers and allow ourselves to touch, feel, experience all those layers, all those multitudes that each of us contains. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Karith. Thanks, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no Torah Yoga next week, but we'll join again the following week.
Thank you. And then I think it's continuous for like 3 weeks or something, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Thank you both.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks,
I can
everyone.
hear
Thanks,
everybody.
Laurie.
Yeah, I can
Jackie.
hear. Good computer here.
Yeah.
Thank
Really.
you.
Your online experience will be better.
Yeah, love it.
Okay.
Look forward to-
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. See you soon. Bye.